Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get airborne for our final free week or final event in our full week of live trading and training here at Top Gun Options, known as Full Throttle. We have 4 monthly slots available. 3 went since I put this slide up a half an hour ago, and they'll probably be done by the time I'm done talking. So we do have a monthly option available to fill up our 50. And like I said earlier, don't be number 51 on Monday like, hey, can I still grab a slot? And the answer will be no. Let me show you in the chat box. Let me get a hell yeah if how you making out on your Raytheon trade. This is what's cracking me up, folks. I've shown you this week about $20,000 in recent profits, and people are still kind of on the edge. So let me roll up a little bit here. So Dennis is up $1,500 in being in a trade less than 24 hours, and Deborah's up 73% in her Raytheon vertical. Let me get a hell yeah if any of you would like to make $1,500 or 73% in a day. This comes on the heels, so there it is right on your screen. This was in a chat box. So Deborah and Dennis, I appreciate the kind words. This is incredible. John up 75%. David's up 700%. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Good. Dick Lawson's up $1,500 Glenn, look at closing it, but not yet. Edmund up 77%. So folks, I don't know what else to say. I mean, I'm probably going to go pretty fast today, because if after you've done this full week of live trading and training with me and you're not a member, I can't do anything for you, folks. Oh, sorry about that. You bet. Eric up over 400% on EWZ. Thanks for those guys going to jail. Tim, looking good on RTN, up 72%. Looking for a closing spot. Hey, folks, remember my rule of thumb, guys. This is Kat. I mentioned that in my audio check. We're going to talk about WYNN. I said we're going to talk about WYNN, Twitter, and volatility today. So, yeah, absolutely. You're welcome. Thank you, Wizard, for the profits this week. You're absolutely welcome. So, again, if we're going to go quick. I got a big gala tonight down here at the W in Fort Lauderdale. I'm going to be seeing some of my TGO members at my table. This is awesome. So this is what a great week. What a great week to have Full Throttle. Hey, real quick, I really don't want to do this, but I'll do it because a couple people asked, like 2 or 3 people said, hey, can I just get into a service? Like if you just want to be in the accelerated retirement portfolio, I guess you can do it. This is pretty damn good. Greg, up 1950 on one contract in Raytheon in a small retail account. Greg, I'm going to grab that one too. Hold on a second. So, a couple people called and said, hey, can I just get in accelerated retirement? Sure. It's $996 for a year. Let me grab this one. Up 1950 in Raytheon. So there you go, folks. There's a perfect example. Small account. So Greg essentially paid for an annual defensive membership. Greg, 1950. Sweet. So there you go. Greg already paid in the Raytheon trade. Yes, you can donate to the Alzheimer's thing that I'm doing tonight, folks. Thank you for asking that. IND donate. There it is. So yeah. So the gala is tonight. I got a bunch of TGO members from South Florida going to be joining me at my table. But if you want to donate, it's horrific. A horrific day, both of them, Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Wouldn't want to wish that on your worst enemy, folks. So there you go. So the URL is in the box. And like I said, if you donate, I will reduce the price of your annual membership by the amount you donate, because that's pretty damn cool. Wiz, I subscribe for monthly solution. Please make reservation. I will give a call. Yeah, Werner, just call 754-310-84. Please do it now, guys, because I hesitate to, quote, hold slots for people because then other people can't get in. Oh, Brian, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, my mom, my dad passed away at 65, and we're pretty sure he had undiagnosed Alzheimer's. He just was too proud to get it look like. So it's horrific. So I'm on the board of that, and I appreciate any donations, guys. It really is there goes another monthly. I really appreciate it. All right, let's get going. And like I said, guys, if after 6 live training sessions in Trabees, if you don't want to No worries, Brian. If you gave to the national, that's great, man. It's all in the same bucket. I really appreciate it. So it's horrific. If you missed anything this week and you want to watch the replays, here's the replay page. But like I said, after we get, and I hear support on the phone right now with somebody who just called in. So once we get to 50 guys, we're done. There's no exceptions. I can't handle a zoo. As I'm talking, there's comments scrolling by, and it gets me antsy because when we're in our member session, I don't go anywhere, man. I stay until everybody's question is answered. In some of the other services, we actually use Go to Training because there's like 190 people and 200 people is the limit. And you can actually see each other's comments in two of our other portfolios. So you guys will actually be able to interact. But in this one, I mean, hell, we had 10,000 people registered halfway through the week, and I cleaned all the registrations out because I've never seen anything like that. So I'm really happy with that. Wally, accelerated retirement is every Wednesday at 1 o'clock. You do not, like the slide says, guys, if you do accelerated retirement, you don't get the 8 full throttle training sessions. It's $9.96 a month for the every Wednesday at 1 o'clock. You get the email with the replay and the trade, the screenshots of the trades, but there's no 8 sessions of full throttle. So it's $9.96 for a year. So trust me, folks, it's a better deal just to do the damn full throttle. I'm not. Again, it's not. I'm not a charity, but guess what, folks? It's not about the. I think the weekly option service is also about 9. I think just if you break them down in individuals, Virginia, I think the weekly option service is also about $9.96 a year. If you have any questions about if you just want to do one of the services solo, I'm telling you, we did it. We made the pricing such that it would be dumb not to do full throttle. But if you just want to do weekly options or the accelerated retirement, give us a call, and they'll hook you up, Virginia and Mike. Okay. Somebody asked on average. Let me finish all the questions I can, and then we got to get to trading. Michael, on the average, how many trades are communicated through each track on a weekly or monthly basis? Michael, I have no idea. Michael, there are some weeks where I don't do one weekly options trade, and I might do 3 trades in the primary brief. It just depends on the mindset for that portfolio. But on average, Mike, I'd say about four new trades each week. I don't get filled on all of them, obviously, but on average, 4 to 5 new trades a week. So and whatever that works out to monthly, but I can't give you I can't give you that brief. If I donate and update, can I apply my donation to the cost of update? Deborah, I'm not sure about updating. Kingsley, I really don't want to miss this one. I've lost over 7K this week on a 10K account. I want to do things the right way. Kingsley, that's awful. How have you lost 7K on a 10K account? You're not a TGO member, I can tell, because I don't recognize your name. Wherever you are, that's awful. Kingsley, have you seen everything we've done this week? From our one-day Amazon trade for $2,000, our Raytheon trade, our Brazil trades, I mean, God Almighty, that's awful. Thank God for admitting that. Look at Brazil, folks. What did we do? What did I tell you this week on Brazil? Look at Wiz. Tuesday, I said the EWZ is going to have a rip your face off rally tomorrow. It's up 10% since I said that. If I do a month-to-month, does this go toward the full price? No, it doesn't, David. If you do a month-to-month, if you do a month-to-month for 2 months, you paid for 2 months. If you want to upgrade into an annual, you upgrade into an annual, and then you're in that for a year, guys. So no, absolutely not. If you do it, David, for 2-3 months, you paid for 2-3 months at a time, and then you buy an annual slot, which goes for the next year. Does that make sense? So no. Sorry. John closed over $5,600 this week. Kingsley, I keep calling. Hey, I'm sorry. So John, let me grab that. That's awesome. $5,600 this week. Greg, $5,600. $5,600 this week. So whoever was in that 10 grand account that lost 7 this week, I don't know who you're trading with. They're an idiot. That is an awful performance, especially in a month where the S&P is up nearly 2%. Wally, I'm from Canada. Do you have a toll-free number? I don't, Wally. Nope. It's 754-300-1084. Werner, Wiz, you asked yesterday what could take the steam out of the market if Trump fires Mueller. There's no way on God's green earth Trump's going to fire Mueller, especially now. He thinks that he has Mueller in his crosshairs. The dude's like, I'll testify under oath. Unlike Mueller's FBI, or Comey's FBI, that interviewed Hillary Clinton not under oath, and she lied. So, Tim, I'm hoping to make 20K in January. Tim, isn't this awesome? So, all right, if there's no more questions about getting a slot, folks, like I said, if I haven't answered or you haven't seen, and again, my marketing team tells me I give away too much stuff in these full throttle weeks. I did 6 sessions this week. Some other places do 1 and want you to sign up for some massive, a hell of a lot of money for a year or whatever. I don't, man. I let you in the squadron for a week. And look at what happened. And I keep seeing Raytheon comments. Did we freaking nail Raytheon or what? What is that, a one-day trade? Up another 3% today. Wiz, let's get in Raytheon. Is it too late to get in Raytheon? Who asked me the other day? Not Virginia, somebody else, like, hey, is it too late to get into a Jan 20 Raytheon? I said no. If you got into a Jan Raytheon the other day and the bull put spread when I told you to, you'd be up about $3,500. Joseph was away all week and I'm here for only the webinar today. Is there another week I can get in? No, Joe. Here's what you do, Joseph. Here's the replays. Everything we did this week is for replays. I'm not doing any more free weeks. The next full throttle launch we're going to do is probably in March or April. I only do a full free week of full trading and live training when we have slots. Over time. Here's my metric of success, guys. Not you being here for 8 years, although we have people here because they love the trade, they love the camaraderies. But the best metric of success for me is somebody emails us in 2 or 3 years and goes, "Hey, Wiz, I got it. I'm fully trained and I can go back to the fleet and do the Lord's work." Remember, ladies and gentlemen, you don't stay at Top Gun forever, the real Top Gun. You go for about 6 months. We call it going to the mountain. You get to the mountain, you get smart, and you go back to your fleet squadron and you teach all your squadron mates. So that's my metric of success. So we only do a full throttle. I guarantee you, if you don't get in on this one, you're going to have to wait until March or April. We just don't. I don't want a big squadron. I got my own trading I do and my own keynotes and other stuff I do. I do this for fun, so it makes no sense for me to have a trade room with 1,000 people in here squawking at me. It would give me agita, folks. I can't do it. Glenn, I'll never leave now. Thank you, man. Robin, what would be the minimum account size you would recommend to work the trades you post? Robin, I can't tell you that. The answer is I know, but I'm not going to tell you that, Robin. I can't. Let's look at this disclaimer again, guys. I am not a registered investment advisor, okay? Robin, a question like that, you have to talk to your RIA or somebody, that's registered. I can't give investment advice. I can't. So, Robin, the best idea is to talk to somebody because you'll go out to lunch with them. You'll sit down. They'll say, you'll say, this is how much I have in my portfolio. This is the risk I want to take. I can't do any of that. So this is a newsletter service where you're getting to eavesdrop on what I'm doing. I can't tell you what to do. I will tell you that most retail brokerages, hey, folks, do me a favor. You don't need to call to place an order. I'm telling you, the fastest way, we're not going to get to your call probably before the next 4 are done. I just got handed a note that says, please tell people to use the link. If you're calling to get a slot and you call after we fill, that's not on us. I don't know why you need to call support to give them your credit card number. This is the internet. It's been around since Al Gore invented it. It's a secure website, HTTPS. You see this up here? That means this is a secure website. Please, unless you have some freakish question that I haven't answered yet, we should be. Herman, I just did it online. Awesome. Thank you. Jan's in. Awesome. Greg, question. Joe, just trust us members and jump in today so you don't kick yourself. Awesome. Robin, I'm trying to understand if I have a $5,000 account, can I trade most of these trades? Robin, I will say this. And first of all, folks, as I was raised a poor Irish Catholic kid in Jersey, one of 6 kids. I flew in the Navy. There is no gray. There's only black and white. So, Robin, here's as far as I'm going to go. Most retail brokerages, like an E-Trade, a trade station, whoever, in order to trade options on margin, you need a minimum of $2,000 to open an account. And that's what I'm going to leave it at. So Robin, if most brokerages require at least $2,000 to open an options account, how about that? Can that answer? Does that answer some of your question? Do you understand, Robin? Put it up again. Website. I'll join. Take a screenshot. Reggie, it's right here. This is the order page, guys, right here on the screen. It's really easy. go.topgunoptions.com/getft, and it's in the chat box. And I just click on the link in the chat box, guys. I'm ready to do things the right way now. Kingsley, welcome aboard. What a great week we've had, from Raytheon to Amazon to MGM. We got to talk. I want to talk Twitter, and we got to talk about Steve Wynn. How horrifying. So hey, Robin, Harry's been here a while. Let Harry show you a little bit of what he says. If you guys want to give each other advice, that's completely legal. So Robin, here's what Harry has to say. Smaller contracts. I do not have the money yet for all the contracts Wiz does. So everyone has to have their own SOP, right? Standard operating procedure. So Harry's essentially saying, hey, if Wiz is doing a trade risking $5,000 with 15 contracts, maybe Harry's going to do one, or maybe Harry does two. Does that make sense, Robin? So Harry, using his own language, is saying, hey, I scale in and do my own sizes. Does that make sense? Okay. Brian says, I have one account that is $6,000 trading a couple contracts. So there you go, Robin. Hold on. Let me grab a screenshot of that so you can read what. Let me just show you what people are saying here. And Robin, here's what Fish does. Fish has been here for like 3 or 4 years. Brian, he's one of my personal coaching clients. I have one account that is $6,000 trading a couple contracts. Manohar, there is no option for the 996 because that's not a full throttle. I knew I was going to create confusion for this. Accelerated retirement, folks. If you just want that one service, if you just want accelerated retirement, folks, it's $996. I will give you the link to it, okay? Everybody ready? If you just want to do this, I will remind you, do not call in a week and go, hey, I don't have any full throttle training. You don't. That's why it's a better deal to do full throttle, okay? But I know I'm saying your name wrong. I hope not. Manohar, let me give you the link just to buy accelerated retirement, okay? If people just want to do that, and again, I hate jumbling stuff, but people are asking for it. So here you go. So Manohar, look in the chat box right there. That is just for a year subscription into accelerated retirement. Perfectly pronounced. Thank you, Manohar. Awesome. So I will send that link to everybody, but that is just for accelerated retirement. Joseph, that's funny. Oh, thank you, HH. Let me read both these. So HH is a member. Solo service is selling yourself short. Full throttle is the best deal. Thank you, my brother. That's awesome. Joseph, somehow I got an unsolicited Raytheon bull put spread on my phone yesterday. I took it and I'm up $900. How many of you get trades on your phone that are unsolicited where you make $1,000 in a day? So essentially, Joseph in one day just paid for his. I'm not showing that. Just paid for his. What would have been accelerated retirement? Sorry, I wasn't showing my screen. Hold on. All right, one more minute of taking comments and questions. I appreciate all the nice comments. Let me show you this. Right here. HH said, solo service is selling yourself short. Full throttle is the best. And Joseph, there he is. Somehow I got an unsolicited Raytheon bull put spread. I took it and I'm up $900 today. So Manohar, Joseph, Joseph saying, hey man, if you had gotten in Raytheon yesterday, you paid for your annual accelerated return subscription. Sam, just called 754-300-1084. No one was available. I left a message, assumed someone will get back to me. Folks, for the last time, they will get back to you, but if we're out of 50 slots, you will not get a slot. I don't know why people do not go to this webpage right now and get their slot. And I got to be honest with you. we might not get along if you're just calling to give your credit card number. If you can't use a computer and a web page to buy your slot, I don't know how you can trade options. Wiz, your team can adjust by percentage. You use 5K in risk on a $100,000 account if someone's account is 50 grand. There you go. So Robin, a lot of people are jumping in to help you out. I can't say what these people are saying, but they can. So look at what Ray just wrote. Ray, Wiz, your team can just adjust by percentage. Since you're using 5 grand in risk on a $100,000 account, if someone is using 50, use half. You do half the contract. So Robin, I hope you're getting some good answers from your potential new squadron mates, okay? All right, this is about it. How to pay. So Deepak's asking how to pay online for a quarterly full throttle account. That's the only people that should be calling right now. We do have a quarterly option. As I said in my email, the only way to get a quarterly option is to call. The reason I don't put the quarterlies on the page is we already have an annual and a monthly. I mean, putting a quarterly on here, it looks retarded down here. So the quarterly is not on the page. So Deepak, the only people that I will be happy with calling and clogging up the support line are people who want a quarterly. Again, guys, if you're going to do month to month and quarterly, you are going to pay more in the long run than you do with just doing the annual. I mean, we got to pay credit card fees each month and all that stuff. So, all right, I got to see, I hate doing this marketing shit. I'd rather be trading. Wiz, I'd like to repeat the statement I made a year ago. I made $60,000 on Goldman Sachs alone a few months after you recommended it. I am showing this one, man. Deepak, you left a message. Okay, for a quarterly, we'll hook you up. There's Harry, guys. Everybody read what Harry just wrote. Hey, Robin, Diane, one of our long-term members, said, I have 3 accounts. 1,000 is now 2,500. So do the math that. How do I get that? That's why I'm here today. Oh, Joseph, how do you get? Oh, so you said you got that unsolicited Raytheon bull put spread text, but you got to sign up, guys. That's why you're here. Diane also said her one $3,000 account is now 8,200. So let me get rid of Harry. Wow, this is pretty damn good. I didn't know we are freaking. I didn't know we were awesome. Of course I did. Let me show you what Diane said, Robin. So your current members are rolling in to give you some mutual support. So here's Diane. Everybody read what Diane said. I have 3 accounts. 1K is now 2.5K. And then and then Diane said 3K is now 8,200. Anthony, do you send out alerts to close trades as well or just open them? Anthony, I send out an alert to when I open a trade, I adjust it, or I close it. So the answer is yes. James, whenever Wiz sets up a trade, he has to look at the max potential loss. Then you should have your own max tolerable loss based on your account size. You can use the ratio between those two figures to help you figure out an appropriate trade size. James, I have 2 instructors I'm looking to hire. You might be a third. I could not have said that any better. So, Robin, also look at what what I just put up here, what James said. And then we got to go, guys. We gotta get airborne. Rob, I entered my phone number on the sign up for this full throttle, but never received any text. No, hey guys, let me tell you something. If you opting in to the full throttle week, those systems don't talk. So if you gave us your cell phone number this week to get the free text alerts, when you become a member, listen, all of my brand new members, and I think we're almost at 50. I think we're probably done. Everybody who's a potential new member, shoot us an email. Listen to me, everybody who's going to be a member, who is a member. And obviously we check, just don't do this because we make sure you're a member. Shoot an email to support@Top Gun Options with your cell phone number and just say, hey, I want to sign up for our text alerts. Believe it or not everybody has cell phones. We have a lot of retirees that are like, Wiz, I threw my cell phone in the ocean. Diane's up 60K last year. Deborah, I'm kind of worried about these people clubbing in the Bahamas while you're talking. Deborah, you and I are soulmates because I have a low tolerance for people that don't listen. So, And Tamara, thank you for saying that. The accelerated retirement does not get text alerts, guys. I sent that. It seems the members don't mind marketing. Tim, exactly. I appreciate that. Nice, Diane. Go, James. Hey, Wiz, you are almost sold out. Let's go trading. Yeah. All right. I got to get going, guys. So sorry I didn't say it as nice as James. Perfectly said, James. Yeah, Harry, you and James nailed it. Okay. Michael, the Amazon trade, which Amazon trade? We put on a bull put spread earlier in the week. Folks, on Monday, if you're a member of the weekly option service, we put on a bull put spread on Monday that made I said to close it Tuesday. If you're still in the Amazon trade from Monday, the bull put spread, you made $2,200 this week. Any of my members, did you stay in the weekly options trade for this week? If you did, you made $2,300. Where's Monday? There's Monday. Here's today. The other Amazon bull put spread, Michael, is up about, I don't have my Excel sheet in front of me. So yeah, exactly. I put on another one, guys. We put it on when? We put it on at about 1390. Yeah, so it's up a little bit. No problems with that Amazon trade. The 1300, 1297. Yes. Kevin's saying his is up 66%. That's what I thought. It's looking pretty damn good already. Last time I looked, Benoit, mine was up about 50%. So if you're up 66%, so there's another winning trade. My God, man. Whew. And remember, folks, don't sit here and say, hey, this is easy to trade. It's a down market. No, it isn't, man. I'd sell into this Twitter dead cat bounce. This Twitter sucks. And then I feel so bad for Steve Wynn. This is bad. We're probably going to put a bear call spread on right here and pound this into the dirt. Wynn's done. When you tie yourself to a brand, a name to a brand, whew, it's bad when it goes south. All right. Holy shit, man. That's been 26 minutes of squawking. Anybody else? Eric, I'll tell you what happened to Wynn. He's being accused of essentially being a Harvey Weinstein and sexually assaulting women. He came out immediately and said that's absolutely preposterous. His wife is part of the allegations. She never brought it up for years, and she's just bringing it up now. We'll talk about it. But, guys, I feel bad for the dude. If he did it, I don't. But we'll David, you have to call your broker and say you want to trade options. I think you need probably at least an options level 4. So, again, guys, I'm going to tell you something right now that if you're new to options, brokers aren't stupid, okay? They don't want little old lady in tennis shoes like start trading options and go broke in a week. So if you open a new brokerage account or you can't trade a particular options tactic, you have to give them a call, and they're going to ask you a couple questions like how long you've been trading options, how much experience do you have with them, how many years. I will tell you, if you say I've never traded options and I have 0 years experience, they're not going to let you trade some of the tactics that we do. You'll be able to trade most of them, but not all of them. I'm not telling you to lie. I'm not telling you to say anything other than to use your brain and say, I'm going to learn how to trade options with full throttle. I get 8 training sessions. Wiz does 4 live trade briefs a week. I'm going to be pretty damn smart pretty quickly. I will leave it at that. Does everybody understand me? Harry, lie. You know what I'm getting at, Harry. All right. Let's get. Hold on. Let me go over here real quick, and I think we might be. Are we done? Are we full? I think we might be. There's another monthly. There's a monthly. If you called for the quarterly, I think you got in. Hopefully you did. All right. Here we go. All right, folks. This is a sleeper story. Remember, this week I said, hey, one of the Greg, level 3 will be enough for most of our trades. Okay, cool. I appreciate that, Greg. Kat, they will also ask how much you made trading options in the last year. Good. So your fellow squadron mates are helping you out. This is why you join. Yeah, you know what, James, you're right. Level 4 is naked calls and puts. We don't do any of that stuff. You have to tell them you want level 3 trading options. Okay, you don't ask for level 4. That's selling naked calls and puts, which even back when I smoked crack for 20 years, I never did that. That's a joke. Absolutely not. So, Richard, this has been my best month ever. Let me show you that, guy. So, folks, again, I physically have dragged as many horses as I can to the stream this week to get you to sign up for Top Gun Options. Richard, this has been my best month ever. Richard, this is bordering on one of my best months too. And remember all the people that said, at the beginning of the year, we're going to have tax selling and all sorts of shit? They were wrong. Here we go. Let's get airborne. I'm done. If you haven't gotten on board, maybe we'll see you in March or April, because we're going to close the doors here pretty soon. Larry, you know what? One more comment from Larry. This is very well said, Larry, and I appreciate this. Folks also have to understand they are not subscribing to an alert service. You aren't. If all they do is put on the trade you call and don't understand the why, they are setting themselves up for failure. God bless Larry. That's probably, whoa, look at that. That is probably one of the best said statements in a while, folks. I want to teach a man to fish and a woman how to fish. And you'll eat for a lifetime. Like I said, you call me in 2 years and say, hey, Wiz, stop renewing my annual subscription. I got this. I'm going back to the fleet. That's a happier customer. Brian brought one of his buddies here. Brian's one of my coaching clients, my one-on-one clients, and he Fish brought JP and JP brought K10. I have 3 FedEx guys. We have like pyramids here at TGO. So I'm going to teach you how to fish, and you're going to go out and tell people. So I appreciate that, man. Very well said. Thank you for that. All right, here we go. Strategic brief. Iran's fast boats stop harassing the U.S. Navy, baffling the military. So, ladies and gentlemen, love or hate Trump, in the past 3 months, we've seen North Korea say, hey, can we sit down and talk? I know it's a load of shit, and he's just using it to buy time, but President Trump has done what no president has done before him, except Bill Clinton, who flew over there and kissed their ass and gave them nuclear power and $25 billion, but nobody talks about that. So I know for a fact North Korea believes that Trump is as crazy as him. And he's like, and if you've seen the reports, General McMaster and a bunch of people are like, we're planning for a bloody nose attack on North Korea. First of all, the guy knows if he counterstrikes and kills a lot of people, Trump will rain fire and fury on North Korea and kill all of them. The regime's done. So Iran, like I said, I still email with my buddies in the Gulf and in the Med, and Iran is starting to stop being a jerk and harassing our boats and death to America crap in the middle of the Persian Gulf. I've seen it. If you read my book, where's my book? Here's a subtle plug. If you read my book, there it is. If you read my book, there's a story in here about how I almost shot down an Iranian helicopter who took off out of Bushehr and was flying. It flew right towards the aircraft carrier. It wouldn't deviate its course. I intercepted it. I threatened to shoot it down. And it flew right on top of the carrier, and I closed my eyes. I'm like, oh, my God, I'm going to let an aircraft carrier get blown up and 5,000 people die. I almost shot that son of a bitch out of the sky. He flew right over the carrier, kept on going, and landed on an oil platform. It was one of the worst. It was awful. If you want to buy wow, look at that. I didn't even think anybody would ask that. How do we get a copy of your book? I will autograph a copy of my book if you here. If you want to, here you go. If you want an autograph copy of my book, my lifetime members get one for free, but they also pay $15,000. But if you want a copy of my book, guys, it's right here. There's some good shit in this book. So there's the book if you want. It's $35. Okay, let's go. Brazil. Hey man, did we freaking nail this? Again, I got a lot of emails and support. Some people just, I'm not a straight buyer of calls, but people are crushing it on our EWZ trades. And like we said, we got into EWZ after the last, the last train wreck. This was not year to date. Look at this. This is when, holy crap, the current president's a scumbag. And 2 days later, I said, that's news? Look at the increase in our long call diagonal from here. This is like me getting into MGM after the shooting. It sucked. It's horrible. But being Gordon Gekko, we're printing money in MGM. So Brazil, nice job, Brazil. My hat's off to you. You're holding former presidents accountable. I can't wait to see Barack Obama go to jail. Trump. Folks, how many of you have watched the liberal media in the past couple months while they beat the drum that says the world hates us, all the, the French and everybody, oh my God, you guys, America's stupid now? This dude was greeted at Davos like he was the Pope or the second coming of Christ. His speech today was phenomenal. This is a lie. We're open for business. We've slashed our tax rates. You can't get any more bullish than this guy. They loved him at Davos. The liberal media is bending over backwards to try and contort and twist somehow that this sucked. They can't. You can't deny what's being seen. First of all, they're not showing it. All the liberal media is frothing out today is the story about how he thought about firing Mueller a couple months ago. Of course he did, and of course he should have. Now we know they're all dirty cops and FBI agents and Department of Justice, and they had a coup going on, folks. Of course he should have fired him. So don't even start. So they're trying to take his successful Davos trip out of the news based on a report, again from anonymous sources, that he was thinking of firing Mueller. He should have. He should have. Jan, we'll get to Amazon. Jan, let me say this real quick, guys. A lot of people are asking about Amazon. Let me say this. Brian, my 401k is loving Brazil fish. Brazil and ExxonMobil are killing it. Jan, if your Amazon trade from Wednesday, folks, listen to Jan. Jan is up 70% since Wednesday. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're up 70% in 2.5 days, what should you do with that trade? I didn't get Jan. Here's what sucks sometimes, guys. I didn't get filled on the Wednesday Amazon trade. So remember, Jan, I said that at Top Gun Options, I'm going to teach you. You need to have your own SOP. What's that mean? A standard operating procedure. Yo soy Wiz, I am Wiz. If I see a 70, 80, 90, WYNN's down 8.5%. When WYNN was down 6.5%, I should have put on the bear call spread. Shit. 70, 80, 90%, Jan, I'd close the damn trade. If I was up 70% in 2.5 days, Jan, I would close it. Edmund, bail out. Time to take the money and run. I would absolutely do it. Or as Harry says, hey, maybe sell half, close half your contracts and let the rest of it ride for max profit. I wouldn't. Jan, if I made 70% in 3 days, I didn't get filled on that trade. So Jan, enjoy the free money. So the answer is yes, get out of that. Or I would if I was filled. Here's your daily Bitcoin is stupid brief. The biggest theft in crypto history. Over 400 million stolen from a Japanese crypto exchange. Yes, I'll give you the link to this article. Did everybody see that? Where was it? Toronto or something? There was a physical robbery. Some thieves broke in and stole hard drives. Did anybody see that? Gerald, thank you for Raytheon yesterday. Got out this morning at 70%. You're welcome. Gerald, did you join? Christine, thank you, Wiz. You're welcome. So in 1 day, you could have almost paid for your annual defensive slot right here, guys. I don't know. I haven't totaled up how much we would have made this week. I think it's like close to 12 grand in a week. So if you're not in a full throttle, I can't help you. Let me get rid of this. Okay. Gerald joining today, my man. Hurry up, guys. Like I said, my techie's supposed to take it down when we got all 50 in here. 904. That's my chief risk officer. Hold on, let me check my text. If it's a hedge fund text, I always check it. Don't mean to be rude, but cool. All right. Mnuchin. Isn't it funny when politicians today, a Trump or a Mnuchin, say the truth and the world goes apeshit? Yesterday, ECB President Mario Draghi, their Janet Yellen, not Janet Yellen, their Jerome Powell, our new Fed chief, got a little twisted that Mnuchin told the world the truth. Hey, a weak dollar rate now doesn't hurt us. We love it. It helps our trade balance. The dude sped the truth. Hey, Tim, ladies and gentlemen, I forgot about that. I got filled on that one. Look at this. Everybody look at what Tim said. Tim's a long-term member here. Tim said, hey, why is nobody talking about the JP Morgan trade that's up 67%? Thank you, Tim. That's a sleeper trade. It ain't a sexy Amazon or Brazil with the news and judges, but Tim's absolutely right. If you're in the JP Morgan trade, you're also printing money. Another great trade. So Mnuchin tells the truth and the world goes apeshit. And then today, it's comical. Q4 GDP today, guys, was a little bit of a miss. And I love this. I love zero hedge. It only rose 2.6%. Ladies and gentlemen, Barack Hussein Obama would have given his home in Africa, uh, he would have given his kingdom for 2.6% GDP. So I'm glad that we're putting in only in front of incredible GDP growth. I will guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, you ready for this? You ready for this? This time next year, when we're maybe doing a new full throttle, and you guys are all the veterans going, I made 60 grand on the Raytheon trade last year, Wiz, to new people. I'm going to tell you for a fact we will either be at or above 4% GDP. You can take that one to the bank. I guarantee you, period. Here, we have so much to talk about today, but this is the main thing is this. Trump proposes U.S. citizenship for 1.8 million undocumented immigrants. I call them illegal aliens, but Yahoo's liberal. They'll call them illegal or undocumented immigrants. So like the Disney analogy. So a family hops the wall into Disney with their kids and they get caught. So not only do they get caught, but they demand from Disney that they get lifetime memberships and all the benefits at Disney and get to ride all the rides and eat for free. Isn't that awesome? So anyway, why am I bringing this up? Donald Trump, this dude, you have to read the Art of the Deal, guys, to understand him. He is a freaking smart MFer, man. The dude sleeps 4 hours a night because he's thinking. He is walking, crying Chuck Schumer into another ambush. So he said, yeah, not only will I give the dreamers, quote unquote, and by the way, all the liberals that say, oh, these poor children, the average dreamer now is 32 years old. Last time I looked, 32 ain't a child. So, Steve, yesterday I requested to upgrade from Options Weapons School to Full Throttle Max, but so far, no, Steve, I think I saw your name. Go through on the list. I think you got your upgrade, Steve. Don't worry about it. So not only did he say I'm going to give them citizenship, but now I want, instead of 1.6 billion, I want 25 billion for the wall. So Chuck Schumer, folks, is screwed. Now, the 32 is a child if you're a liberal. Now Chuck Schumer is in a rock and a hard place. Does he shut the government down again over illegal immigrants when Trump said, hey, man, I gave you, I'll make all these future Democrats, they're Democratic embryos. I'll give all these future Democratic embryos citizenship. You got to give me the wall. So again, you're going to shut down the government potentially over illegal immigrants. It's going to happen, folks. Trust me. I subscribe to a bunch of liberal and Democratic stuff. I donate money every once in a while just so I can get all their Pravda, their horrific stuff. They're going to do it. So we have got to get long volatility because Trump is walking Schumer right into another ambush. Ray, I couldn't agree more. If these were 1.8 potential Republican voters, do you think Schumer and the jerk from Illinois would care what they drop it? Here you go, folks. Bank of America is out with a note today. Edmund, I'm getting there, man. Strategic, operational, then we get tactical, and the VIX trade or the volatility trade will be our tactic. So I don't jump in and start trading, guys. We end up a lot of time asking some stuff. Bank of America sounds the alarm. The biggest sell signal in 5 years was just triggered. What did we cover earlier in the week? The 5 scenarios that could crash the market: a trade war, a real war, a generic 5 to 10% pullback, inflation, the Fed's raising rates, and a generic economic shock or oil. I covered all 5 of these things this week. But Bank of America, folks, check this out. You ready? This is the big. Why are they saying this? This is the biggest inflow. Listen to me. The biggest inflow into equities in years. So usually professionals call a market top when there's a lot of euphoria. Yeah, I'll give you guys the link to this. When there's a lot of froth and euphoria and just overall craziness going on, right? That's when a lot of sell signals are triggered. Folks, last week, if you remember, you saw the Wall Street Journal article of them covering all these poor little old retail traders. We all missed the 2017 rally. That ain't my fault. First of all, you're not a TGO member. Second of all, you're an idiot for listening to the media about how the market would implode and the economy would implode if Trump won. I have no sympathy for stupid people. Life's tough. It's even tougher when you're stupid. So what is happening right now? I'm telling. That's why I looked at my phone whenever it's a hedge fund trade or one of my buddies. I look at it. If you had $1 billion right now, guys, and you went to one of the top hedge funds and said, "Ka-chunk, here's $1 billion. Wiz, manage this." They'd say no. Hedge funds are turning away money, folks. You know why? Because they look at a market like this. Look at this January, and they say, where the hell can we deploy capital in this market, especially that much money? So, Wiz, now you're confusing me. If it ain't institutional money jumping in here, who is this? It's retail traders. I don't know how many times now that Bitcoin, the Bitcoin reality is starting to hit all the waiters and waitresses that asked me for a month how to get into Bitcoin. I begged them not to do it. I gave them the same speech I gave you. If you have an amount of money that you could put on the table, light on fire, and drink champagne to and laugh and giggled while it burned, that's what you invest in Bitcoin. I said, please learn how to trade options. If I can make a triple-digit return in a year, why would you be shooting for quadruple-digit returns when you could be broke in a day? So here's the deal, folks. The retail trader or investor is piling into this market. Could they be piling in at a top? I don't think it's a top. I'm going to talk to you in a little bit about our February trade because I'm telling you, February's creeping me out. It sucks. It's a crappy month anyway. Super Bowl, we're done with football. It's a dead month. And Chuck Schumer I'm telling you, folks, he is going to shut the government down for political reasons. So I got to be honest with you. Every time the Wall Street Journal, I hopped on the Metro and looked at the cover of the Wall Street Journal and it said, here comes the retail trader. That's a month or two later is when everybody, the markets usually implode. It sucks. But I'm not going to, brief you on the ones and zeros here, but here's the Bank of America bearish scale, extreme bullish. So the reason they're saying that we're at a market top is because everybody's bullish. I get that, folks. I get it, folks. A lot of people use that counterintuitive thing like, well, if everybody's bullish, then it's time to be bearish. That's kind of also what mentally retarded people say sometimes, right? Well, if everybody's bullish, I'm going to be bearish. Folks, February 1st is what, next week? People are going to be seeing more money in their paychecks. So what are they going to get that money, put it on their table and light that on fire and drink champagne and giggle to it burning? Oh, man. Home Depot this week. Starbucks. How many companies have to come out and go, we're giving some money back to our employees, we're hiring new employees? JP Morgan this week gave everybody a 10% bonus. Look at that trade, our JP Morgan trade this week. They gave them a 10% bonus and they're opening 100 new branches. So don't give me this stupid old Wall Streetism. Here comes the stupid retail trader. They're stupid if they missed last year, but this year they believe that things are going to go well. I'm telling you that I briefed you on the 5 things that can pull this market back. I guess we could put number 6. Number 6 is crying Chuck Schumer shutting the government down. Okay, so everything else I covered this week. I'm not going to debrief it because we're way behind. But again, this is comical, folks. My portfolios made triple-digit returns last year. David Einhorn from Greenlight Capital made 1.6%. The S&P did 22%. Our average was 110%. Men lie, numbers don't. I've shown you in 1 week. I didn't calculate what our weekly return would have been. I've been too busy, but I guarantee you it might be around 10%. I think I did, Tim. I think I did. And yeah, that's right, John. Good catch. How much did Ackman make last year? Good old smart Ackman. He made that much. That's a negative, folks. That's a negative 4%. Ackman. So why don't you go hang out with the limousine liberals up on Wall Street and lose money instead of being here at TGO? So anyway, like I said, let me just breeze through this. GE, I'm not going to talk about GE today. I'm going to save that to members next week. I think, you know what I think about that. Can't stand Twitter. I'd sell into that pop. Facebook's a threat to democracy. Facebook's stupid. The chief marketing officer of Facebook resigned this week to go help the Democrats win midterms. Yeah, they're not biased. How dumb. What else? Amazon. We talked about Amazon this week and our Amazon trade. What a great week. No. Okay, who's auto playing their? Who is this? Thank you, CNBC. No big macroeconomic events this week. Nothing. Durable goods. I briefed you on the GDP. Look at that, man. Durable goods were a blowout. That didn't make the news. I didn't look at this yet today. I usually look at this when I'm drinking coffee. Look at this. If you don't know what, there's two durable goods reports, and let me explain them to you. Core durable goods. Whenever you see the word core in front of something, it means X. It means excluding something. In this case, it means excluding what? Aircraft and big stuff. Regular durable goods. Where is it? Right here. It's all the big stuff, right? Appliances, automobiles, computers, appliances, and airplanes. Okay, so really good durable goods numbers, man. I'm happy with that. Okay, Harry, I don't talk about weekly unemployment numbers. They're too much of a. I like the monthly unemployment, non-farm payrolls. Okay. CB, I haven't heard about Google UPS. I haven't heard about that specifically. I have heard about in Amazon either buying a UPS or a FedEx or building their own. They already leased 5 of their own airplanes. I guarantee you, he's doing the Carnegie. Why do I just own the oil wells when I could own the railroad, the timber, and the steel to build or whatever they're called, steel? Yeah, right. Okay. Eric, I don't know an ETF that would take care of the infrastructure bull market coming in 2018. Somebody else told me what it is. I don't know it. I'm not a super big ETF guy anymore because I'd rather pick the stocks. Our infrastructure trades, Eric, are this. CSX, because what is it? The infrastructure bill has the 4 R's. Railways, roads, rivers, and whatever the third R is. I forget. So railroads getting huge targets for infrastructure. Doyle, yeah, all the executives from Twitter are leaving. It's a sinking ship. And the other one is GE. So our GE trade from up here, we got in right here, had a great pop. I looked like a genius. Then they came out and told everybody they still own GE Capital, which nobody, even the Wall Street, if I don't know it, and the Wall Street Journal didn't know it, you didn't know it. A little bit of a dead cat bounce here. So my 2 infrastructure trades would be CSX and GE. Okay. Yeah, Brian, I know a lot of my members trade. No, I'm talking about sector ETFs, Brian. No, trust me. No, Brian, the EWZ, let me correct myself. I didn't mean to badmouth all ETFs. We love EWZ, and what's the other one we love? FXI. I'm just saying, instead of being in a tech ETF like the XLK, or what's the other one we used to trade? The XLF, right? Instead of being the XLF where there's no real alpha in front month options, I'd rather be in single stocks like a JP Morgan or a Morgan Stanley. That's what I was getting at. So no, I didn't mean to badmouth all ETFs. I just said, hey, we could do better picking our own. Or XLE. Yeah, you know what, Harry? No, Harry, I'm going to disagree with you slightly. I'd rather, instead of XLE, what are we in? Our ExxonMobil. Look at our ExxonMobil, guys. We got into ExxonMobil, a Jan 20 long call diagonal right there. Can you say 78 to 88, a 10-point rise in about, 6 months, 5 months? Holy shit. Yeah, Debbie, and FXI is at another high. All right. I got to stop being so scattered. We got to look at FXI. Jesus Christ, man. What a run in FXI. I told you about my FXI failure. I bailed out in October right here. Not a failure, but I bailed out because a lot of people said that might be the month that we give them a bloody nose. Trump was persuaded by China. He got Lucy'd with the football, man. China said, please, no, please, we'll sit on our retarded nephew more. And then for the past couple months, Trump tweeted it out saying, hey, China's cheating. You know, I think he tweeted out an actual picture of a Chinese oil ship linked up to a North Korean ship, like in the middle of nowhere, transferring oil. So we know this. We know they're lying. Okay. All right, enough. I can't go over all the winning and all sorts of coolness. I want to get on a volatility trade here, guys. We covered it Wednesday night. If you didn't attend Wednesday night's training, you have to watch it because I'm not going to go super in detail into this tactic. That's why we do full throttle training. That's why you're going to get 8 sessions when you become a Full Throttle member. If you sign up for an individual service or whatever, you ain't going to get it. So that's why the Full Throttle is a better deal. Here's the 8 sessions. So I'll spend an hour to 2 hours, right here on a double vertical. This is the tactic I'm going to cover. So you're actually going to see like a normal, regular live trade brief with me right now, which is I'm going to put the trade on, and then if anybody has super in-depth questions, I'm going to say, hey, go watch the replay of our double vertical video. Or wait until next Thursday at 7 o'clock where I'm going to go through it live. Dick, we're probably going to start the live sessions. This takes a lot out of me. Probably the second week in February, probably. So maybe 2 weeks. I got a lot of stuff to do. I got a lot of galas and speaking to do. Probably the week of February 5th. I usually do Tuesday and Thursday nights from like 7 to 8 or 9, and it goes for 4 weeks. And then you get access to the recordings. You get access to full. So if we do another Full Throttle in March or April, you're already a Full Throttle member, man. You get access to all of our Full Throttle training as long as you're a member here in good standing. That's a great deal. I sell the training alone. So some people, I just want the training. We charge $495 for this. So as long as you're a member in good standing, you get this for free going forward for the rest of your time here. Best 4-letter F word, right? All right, let's get into the trading. Tim, I got two. One dude that we're looking at very seriously just got his bonus from Brand X, and we're very, very close on that, Tim. So again, guys ain't leaving, no matter how good TGO is. Guys ain't leaving where they are until they get what they're supposed to be paid. Yes, whoever asked, here's the link for the book. It's pretty easy. Go.topgunoptions.com/book. And like I said, I'll autograph it for you and throw it in the mail. If you buy one today, I'll throw it in the mail today. On my way to the gym, I'll go drop it in the mail. If you want it autographed or made out to somebody else, just shoot me an email. Okay. Volatility, guys. I honest to God think that Chuck Schumer is going to shut the government down, guys. He's in a corner, man. I can feel Chuck Schumer. I know he knows Trump is. That's the only reason he caved. Putting illegal immigrants. I don't care if you call them dreamers. Kate Steinle in San Francisco, who got killed by a freaking one of these people, she had a dream too, to live that day. She was shot. Good job, San Francisco. Can't love the city. Can't stand the government or the people in the government out there. Gavin Newsom, the Republic of California. But Chuck is getting walked right into an ambush, guys. I don't care. We can talk the politics over a beer. I think we got a hedge through February, folks. Something's, and the two sheriffs in Northern California, Eric, they're disgusting people. When they let an illegal immigrant go from county or city custody, they're supposed to give the feds a heads up so they can pick them up. They don't. They've been ordered not to. How the F can you do that? Are you an American? It's disgusting. Anyway, everybody wrote down their wisdom this week. When vol is cheap, you buy it. When it's expensive, you sell it. Vol was cheap last week. I didn't get into the bullish double vertical because I didn't think that Chuck Schumer would shut down the government over illegal immigrants. I was wrong, and that was a stupid position. But we did a bearish double vertical that ended up doing really, really, really good on VXX. We talked about getting out of it on Monday when we put on our Amazon weekly options trade. So, Curtis, have to run Wiz up $9,200 since 1st of January on 5 contracts in Lockheed Martin. Thanks. Woo! Curtis, have a good weekend, my friend. I will see you Monday for weekly options. Everybody take a look at what Curtis just said. Eric said, Headley, I live in Los Angeles. $9,200, folks. That's in 5 contracts on Lockheed Martin. Curtis is having a good time here at Top Gun Options. You bet, brother. All right, so folks, Wiz, you just said when volatility is expensive, you should sell it. Yeah, you should, but look at this. Let's take a look at a 1-year chart of the VIX. We saw higher in the fall. What about the summer, man? We saw a 16 VIX. And also back in April. So, folks, vol on a historic basis is cheap right now. Isn't this? Vol is cheap. And if you believe, here's what's great about being an options trader, folks. God, I wish we had time to talk about WYNN. Here's what's great about being an options trader. If you disagree with me, Wiz, there's no way in hell Chuck Schumer is going to shut down the government, and February is going to be as bullish as January. Then do the exact opposite of the trade I'm going to do. That's what's great. I've had members every once in a while like, I'll take the other side of that trade. Usually doesn't work out well for them, but you can do that. Wiz, I'm bearish on volatility in February. Is there anybody out of the hundreds of people in this room that would be short volatility right now? Bueller. Guys, I'd sell a bear call spread on WYNN right now. Write that down. That's your homework. No, not me. JP, you're off a little bit, my friend. What's the average VIX since 1993? JP's like, hey, it's a 20, JP. It's not even on the damn chart here. So JP's right. We are underpriced on, JP's right. It's a 20. The average VIX, folks, the historic average of the VIX since 1993 is a 20. So I got to be honest with you, 11 ain't that expensive. It is expensive considering we traded below $9 a couple weeks. The first time in the history of the volatility index that the VIX has ever traded below 9 in a day. It didn't close below 9, but it traded, guys. Stupid cheap. Now, even with the VIX here, guys, this is absolutely nuts. Okay, so no, John, bear call spread on WYNN, not WindStream. I don't even know what WindStream is. I've never heard of it. On Steve Wynn, on WYNN Resorts, on the WYNN in Vegas. This is awful. It's down 9. Oh, my Christ almighty. When I started this webinar, it was down, 6%? It's down 9. I should have done a bear call spread on WYNN for Christ's sake. When did we start? 1 o'clock? Now it's down even more. It's down $3 more since I said to get bearish on it. I'd pound this into the dirt right now, guys. So WNN, okay, WNN, the sin stock WYNN. That's awful. A person is left with the choice of what WYNN shares drop on. Yeah. So damn it. I don't think it's too late, folks. I would still love Steve Wynn or hate him. I'd still do a bear call spread here. This is twittering right now. I mean, I'm going late, guys. Which one? Let me put it up for a vote. Do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to do a trade on volatility or WYNN? Let me do a vote. Deborah, VXX, Ray, WYNN, both. Not both, man. If you put both down, you need to be a member. It's about 60-40. Vol hands down. All right, guys. About a quarter of you said WYNN. That one's a layup. If you know how to do a bear call spread, do it on WYNN. I do it right at the money. I do the 185, 180. There's your trade. The 185, 180 out to the middle of February. The 185, 180. The 185, 187 and a half. Right here. I'll just cover the strikes. 185, 187 and a half. Out to regular February expiration. All right, let's do vol, guys, and then I got to cruise. I gotta do my own trading. And all right, so VIX. Remember, VIX is futures, folks. It's futures 30 days out in the S&P 500 using calls and puts. I told you Wednesday night if you want to do the kind of the poor man's hedge, or I don't understand a double vertical whiz. I would be a straight buyer of calls of the Feb 14. Deep in the money 80 delta calls. I would buy these calls right here. I just buy these straight calls for $3.40 right there. Okay, what are they? The nines. However, since I'm not a straight call buyer of stuff usually, that's for people who, Wiz, I'm not going to be a member. Well, let me just be a good wingman and say get long volatility to the middle of February. For all the other people that are going to be members here or already are members, we're going to use VXX and we're going to do a bullish double vertical. I got to put the trade on quick. If you want to see an in-depth explanation, make sure you watch the replay from Wednesday down. No, WYNN down, Harry. No, I said do a bear call spread, the 185, 187 and a half out to the Feb expiration. Bearish on WYNN. I pound it into the dirt right now. Okay, so. No worries, man. So, all right. Guys, I don't think I can't talk about WYNN too much. You're going to distract me. I don't think it's going to fill this gap at all, man. This little pop, guys, it's over with. Look at the damn top of the casino. It says his name on it. If these allegations come out and he's proven to be a Harvey Weinstein, that's like being long. If you think Harvey Weinstein had to sell Weinstein and Company, even though his brother's last name is Weinstein. I actually saw that his brother might file to change his name. If you're accused of sexual assault by X many of women, and your name is, you're the brand. You're the dude that's the brand. It's over with for WYNN, guys. I don't care if the guy's innocent. This is a Gordon Gekko moment. Bury this into the dirt. It's sad. I've met him. I think he's a great American. Doesn't matter if it's true or not. In today's climate, it's true. He's done. If anybody thinks this is going to pop here, do a bull put spread, and you're going to eat your max loss. I'm telling you, it's over with. All right, we got to go, man. VXX. So remember trading VXX, guys. You can't hold it long term. Look at this. Using backwardation and contango, and it has to rebalance at the end of every trading day. Over time, look at the one-year chart of this. Over time, VXX will go to zero. They rebalanced it 6 months ago. They did a reverse, not rebalanced it. They did a reverse 4-for-1 split. What was it? It was like it down at $10, and then it reversed and reset up to 40, didn't it? Whenever the hell the thing went. So this is going to be used as a short-term hedge against a spike in volatility, because I think Chuck Schumer is going to shut us down just to make some political points. It might go a week. It might go 2 weeks. He's going to do it. Okay? Real quick, JP, I was going to mention that next week. I'd most likely add to the MGM position on WYNN going down. This might be a reverse pairs trade. If WYNN's going to get hammered and people still like the SIN stocks, I'd go into MGM. JP, you're absolutely right. I'd add to my MGM. Okay. So we're going to do remember, Wednesday night, guys, if you believe, Wiz, you're right. I think Crying Chuck's going to shut down the government. I think the VXX is going to go up. If you think something's going to go up, you also believe, you have to believe just intuitively that if something's going to go up, you also believe it's not going to go down. So what we're going to do is a tactic called a double vertical. If you don't think something is going to go down, what could you do? I could do a bull put spread. Wiz, you're right. If you think something's going to go up, what could you do? A bull call spread. And you'd also be right. Why don't we do both of them in what I call essentially is an afterburner trade? When this thing's working, it's phenomenal. So let me flip all this around. And the strikes are wrong. Let's do the 27.5, 27. And again, I'm going to cruise a little bit, guys, because of time. But I just want to get this trade on. Shit. This was priced. Oh, no, it's the wrong expiration. Sorry. I'm going to Reg Feb. These prices were way off. I'm like, hello, expiration. I want middle. All right, let me do this, guys. Let me get the right damn expiration up. Right there. There we go. It's a four-legged trade that goes in as one trade, guys. So the 27.5, 27. You know what? I'll leave that. It's kind of flat since I looked at it before I jumped on the air here. So the price, we're still around 17 cents, right? 17 cents. Let me just make sure my metrics are cool. Wait a minute. That's not right. Now it's right. That was way off. What the hell's going on here? Sell the 27.5, 27 bull put spread. Okay. Sell the 27.5, buy the 28.5, buy the 20. Yeah, it's 19 cents. There we go. God, it said max risk was 10 grand. That was wrong. All right, here we go. Here's the trade. My God, it took me long enough to get here, man. This is called a bullish double vertical. The first thing I'm going to do is just show you the picture. There is a bull put spread, and there is a bull call spread. So all this is, folks, don't look at this order tick and go, what the F is that? That looks crazy. It isn't. This is VXX right now, a good proxy for volatility. That's that blue line, okay? We want this blue line we don't want it to, but as an American, I don't want it to. As Gordon Gekko, I want volatility to go through the roof in February. I want to make potentially 10 grand. This is the same exact trade I did around the Brexit. This is the same exact trade I did around the election. 22 grand we made on the Brexit, and we made 44 grand on the election. Just on volatility trades. On the election, you guys know I had a historic year. So just look at the picture, and it's intuitively cool. So I think volatility is going to go up, Wiz. Well, then let's do a bull call spread. Well, I also don't think it's going to go down, man. Then let's do a bull put spread. It's two trades on top of each other with the same strategic mindset. Okay. Tom, I already explained why not to use VIX. Watch the replay, guys. I got to cruise. I went way too long. So here's the trade. I'm going to sell 150. Why 150? I just showed you, because I don't want to risk more than 5 grand on any one trade. So I'm going to sell 150. Let me get my little red ball here of the regular Feb expiration. I was thinking about Feb 9, but I think based on the 9 legislative days, I think this is right around when the shit show is going to happen. So that's why I picked a week after that. That's why I picked Feb 18. Of the 27.5 puts, Wiz, you're wrong. Chuck Schumer didn't shut the government down. Donald Trump turns out to be the second coming of Christ, and the VIX goes to 0. Could it happen? Sure. Will it? No. But if it does, we're hedged to the downside. We're long VXX below 27. If I'm wrong, folks, there's no government shutdown. Schumer says, I can't believe the deal that Trump has given us. I'll take this today. If that happens, I'll eat my hat, whatever that term is my dad used to say. It ain't happening, folks. But this is a bull put spread. Folks, it's not only called a bull put spread, it's also called what? A credit spread. This bull put spread, I'm bringing in money. You know what I'm going to do with the money I'm bringing in on this credit spread? I'm going to buy a bull call spread. This bull put spread financed this. I'm cheap, man. I love when other people buy drinks, right? There you go. Tonight, JP's buying me drinks, right, JP? I'm kidding, man. All the drinks are on me. So here's the bull call spread. I'm going to buy 150 of the 28.5, 29 bull call spread. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not familiar with this tactic, now's when you're going to go crazy. Whoa. Hold on, Wiz. You're telling me that this trade, these 4 legs, are a net credit? I'm getting paid $2,600 to hedge against a spike in volatility, let alone Chuck Schumer being an idiot. You're saying that February, which we might just see this market run out of airspeed due to bullish exhaustion, I'm getting paid. Somebody just came into my house and said, I'm going to pay for your USAA auto, home, and life for the next, month-ish. The answer is yeah, guys. This is one of the coolest trades I've ever seen and done. I love double verticals. Now let's go to the analyze page. And if you've learned nothing this week, I failed, but you should have learned to always look at max potential loss first. I am risking 5 grand to potentially make 10. What a great risk to reward. 1 to 2. What a great thrust away ratio. It's like the F-15 Eagle. So, whoa. Now, hold on, Wiz. There's a 37% chance of getting kicked in or winning, 44% chance of losing. Those aren't super high. You're right. But look at at least the probability of breaking even is better than half. So we have a better than a coin flip probability of at least making something. So this is telling me the options market is pricing in that we most likely are going to see a spike in volatility. Let me grab a screenshot of this. And guys, again, I'm not ignoring your questions. There's nearly 1,000 people in here. I'm trying to prioritize my members' questions. This is why we only do 50, man. I can't stand a zoo. It drives me nuts as an instructor because I want to answer. I'd stay in here until midnight to answer everybody's questions. Let me get a screenshot of this, because this will go out. And just based on time, guys, this is only going to go out to my members. If you're not going to become a member today, hopefully you're taking a screenshot, because I'm kind of done giving away free stuff. It was a long week of free stuff, man. So there you go. So let me text this out to, and again, I'm kind of done with the free stuff. Let's text it out to my members right here. As this is coming up, let me see if we have any really good questions. Yeah, Kevin, I'd go plus or minus about 3 cents. And Richard, great point. Let me cover that real quick. Folks, if market makers see this as one trade, they know this is called a double vertical, or a trade, or what is this? E-Trade calls it a vertical spread. I hate repeating words. I don't go to the ATM machine, the automated teller machine. No, I don't. So you might want to break this up into two trades. Put the bull put spread on and the bull call spread on as two different trades. And it's called legging into it. Okay, hey, I'm going to leg into this bullish double vertical. That would be the correct thing to say. Debbie's already up on her WYNN trade that she put on. Hell yeah, Debbie. That puts a smile on my face. Sweet. Excellent. Steve's up on his, thank you. Well, shit. I'm sitting here saying all these trades. I didn't put a WYNN trade on. That's another one I missed. So I missed the Amazon this week and I missed the WYNN trade. Brian's also up on WYNN. Sweet. Harry's asking, what did Debbie get for WYNN? John's up 145 bucks on WYNN. So look at this, guys. Let me show you what the members are saying. This is cool. So my members know to listen to me when I say, hey, guys, I ain't got time for this, but this would be the trade, and I just throw it out there real quick. I don't like doing that usually, but since my members know what they're doing, how to do the tactic, there we go. Look at this. So Brian, Tim, and Debbie are already making money in their WYNN position. JW's up 6% on WYNN. John's up 160 bucks. Winner, chicken dinner. You got it, John. All right, we got enough of that. Analyze your trade. New VXX bullish double vertical. And again, no offense, guys. I'm not sending this out to all the free people, man. The damn sending out a text alert to 10,000 people ain't cheap. I got a party tonight at the W. 150 contracts, and I gave a lot of free stuff away this week. We're going to buy the 27 puts. We're going to sell the 27.5 puts. We're going to buy the 28.5 calls. Remember, it's two, and then we'll sell the 29 on the top calls. And yeah, trust me, folks, I'm a good guy, but I'm not a charity. It's a credit spread. I'd say, what did I say, plus or minus? I'd try and go about 3 cents on this trade. Analyze your trade. New VXX, bullish double vertical, 150 contracts. Feb 18 expiry. I'd buy the 27 puts, sell the 27.5, buy the 28.5, sell the 29 calls, and there's the credit. So who was it? John earlier said, hey, I got an unsolicited Raytheon text and I made about $1,000 on it. So take a screenshot of this one. JP, great mutual support. Don't be late on closing this. Remember, guys, so Richard did the next week's WYNN 195-200. Fred, I placed it 5 minutes ago. It's already up 70 bucks. Tim's up 9% on WYNN right now. Oh, Joseph, yeah. So I'm not going to send an unsolicited text to the free folks right now. That we're wrapping up here. So again, you might want to leg into this. As JP said, you want to be early getting out of this, and you want to be early getting into volatility trades. Let me show you what JP's talking about. So me last week, right here, I made a mistake, folks. Right here, I said, there's no way in Chuck Schumer's going to shut down the government. It didn't matter, folks. And what happened last week? This is like in June of 2013. When the VIX went from 9.5 to 12.5 last week, folks, what was the market doing? What did the market do when the VIX went up 3 points last week? The market obviously imploded, didn't it? What the hell is this? As a group text about the event tonight. The market was going up, folks. It was at record highs. So, folks, last week, and you should have this written down by now. Market up, VIX up, something is up. What was the something that was up? A lot of institutions were hedging that Chuck Schumer was going to be an idiot and shut down the government. I didn't think he was that stupid. The fact that it only lasts 3 days shows that he was smart, that him getting tarred with putting illegal immigrants ahead of tax-paying and law-abiding Americans was not good optics. Now, since his home got invaded Wednesday night by illegal immigrants, I guess he should build a wall around his home, maybe to protect his family. Call me crazy. So I didn't get into the bullish trade. That's bad on me. But what did I do? Right here, when I said, okay, well, the government ain't going to stay closed forever because Chuck ain't an idiot, volatility came in. The same thing is going to happen this time. Does that make sense? So, my daughter just got a cell phone yesterday for her 10th birthday, and she just called me. Damn it. All right, guys, on that note, will you give us follow-on action for the VXX trade? Glenn, if you're a member, you absolutely will get follow-on updates on the VXX trade. If you're not a member, this will be the last time you hear from me unless you subscribe to our sit reps. Eric, Wiz, are you going skiing this spring with your sister? The reason I ask is I want to send you something I think you enjoy. Eric, absolutely, man. We're going to be going to Aspen middle of March and maybe staying at the Nell residences where my rich, overachieving sister stays. Rick, all TGO trades I made in the last 2 weeks are up. So Glenn, yeah, if you're a member, man, I'll manage that. So there's Glenn or Rick. Let me show you what Rick said right there. All TGO trades I made in the last 2 weeks are up. Woo! And that includes bearish ones, guys. So again, don't give me this bullshit that some people are like, oh, Wiz, well, it's easy to trade this market. We've made bearish trades too, man. So JP, I will see you tonight down at the W in Fort Lauderdale. So Larry, have a great haze gray and underway day. Folks, I got to go. If you're a member, I'm going to send out the link to the replay and the screenshots of these trades. Somebody just got is up 12% on their bearish trade on WYNN. Here you go, folks. This is your last call. This is the replay page. I'll post this replay here in a little bit for non-members. You can watch the replays here. For members, the replay will be on the membership page. And this is your final call to get your annual or your monthly membership, guys. Remember, if you want a quarterlies only, you can give us a call at 754. I'll put the number up here, 754-300-1084. That's a quarterly membership only. That's the only thing that's not on this page. Thank you, Tim. You have a good weekend too, man. I'll see you Monday at 1 o'clock. Thank you, Edmund. You too. Larry, 2 words of advice to those on the fence. Do it. Thank you, Larry. I appreciate that. Tamara, have a great night tonight. I'll miss you guys. Tamara, thank you for your donation to Peref, and we'll see you at the next event. And I hope you're staying healthy and wise. Fish, awesome week, my friend. Have a wonderful night with JP and Francesca. Absolutely, man, I will. Karen, sorry for delaying donation. I'll send it after the webinar and forward to support. Thank you, Karen, for your support, and hopefully we'll see you at the next live event. You're welcome, guys. You're welcome, Christine. You're welcome, Greg. What a great week, man. I had a blast. It's Miller time, man. I'm going to have fun tonight at the gala down at the W in Fort Lauderdale. Get to meet some of my TGO members, and then we're going to get airborne Monday afternoon at 1 o'clock with or without you, man. So hopefully, hey, if you're not subscribed to the my daily sit rep, the situation report, you should be getting these every day in your email. If not, you're not subscribed to my sit rep. So go to this page and subscribe. So my daily sit rep I send out, it's free. It's about 10 to 15 minutes of me talking about what's going on in the market that day. So here's the link for the sit rep. So if for whatever reason you can't join now, maybe you can join us in March or April whenever we do our next full throttle event, okay? Eric, I love the sit rep rants, best part of my day. Thank you. Joseph, keep sending the unsolicited texts, LOL. Joseph, I'll go broke, man. Those texts aren't cheap. I sent out a couple texts this week, man, and I'm holy crap. Sending out 10,000 texts ain't the cheapest thing in the world. Jan, FBI and the DOJ, best look at the Hatch Act. Jan, I couldn't agree more. There's so much law breaking at the Department of Justice and FBI. If anybody gets in trouble about anything anymore, just tell them you lost all your stuff and don't talk to them. So you're welcome, guys. Thanks for all the kind words. I'm going to stop reading. I'm going to get going. I got to render this recording, blast out the trade to my members, the screenshot. And then other than that, guys, have a great weekend. For all my new members, get those manuals downloaded, the primary, intermediate, advanced. Start reading them. Start absorbing as much as you can. And like I said, I'll come out with a start date for the full throttle academic training in a couple weeks. It'll probably be the second week in February because, like I said, decompress from busting my ass this week with a lot of free people, and then we're going to get airborne with our new 50 members on Monday. Okay, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for coming, folks. Like I said, even if you don't grab a membership now, maybe we'll see you down the road. And I wouldn't be trading this market solo, man. It ain't going to go up forever. There are some potential black swan events out there, and remember, as an options trader, we can make money no matter if the market's going up, down, or sideways. WYNN's a perfect example. I just said, let's pound this thing into the dirt. I think this thing goes down to 160. So it ain't a market where everything's going up, folks. And on that note, I'd sell into this pop on Twitter. It's a bullshit pop, and the rats are leaving the sinking ship. So I'd sell into this pop. So, all right, guys, have a great rest of your weekend. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. God bless. Dick, when you get your receipt after you join, it'll say, hey, here's your manuals, click here, so you can download them. Okay. So, all right, guys, you're welcome. Whoever said thank you for your service, it was an honor and a pleasure, and I do it again tomorrow. So I'll see many of you, our new members, on Monday in our weekly options brief at 1 o'clock. God bless. This is Wiz Matthew Buckley saying thank you, good night, try the veal, and welcome aboard to all of our new Full Throttle members. We'll see you guys. God bless.